Hey everyone, I've gotten a few comments from people basically wondering why I want to go off my meds. And so I thought I would make this response. First off, I'm not like anti-psychiatry and anti-psychology and stuff like that. In fact, when I was going to school, I was a psych major. So I believe in psychiatry and psychology and think they are beneficial for people that need their services. So I'm not like, oh, psychiatrists are out to get me and so I can't take my meds or anything. It's nothing like that. And I know that some people are wary of meds. Like I was very wary of meds in the beginning because I just couldn't wrap my brain around the idea of taking medicine forever. And that's a big reason why I have decided to try to go off my meds, because I kind of just have this question mark in my head, like, do I really need them? And in the beginning, I tried a lot of different meds and things weren't working for me, so I was like ready to just scrap the whole idea and just be like, oh, forget this, I'm not going to take these meds at all. And then I found Zyprexa, which worked for me for, well, the last year I've been on it, it's worked really well. And I know that some people have the problem of meds not working for them, like they, either have intolerable side effects or the medication is just ineffective at treating their symptoms. So I know some people are skeptical of meds, but I'm not one of those people. I'm not like, oh, meds don't work, period, so I'm not going to take them. Like, that's not my mindset. My whole big reason, basically, for not wanting to take my meds is I just want to see how I will do without them. Because ever since my first manic episode that I have had, I have been medicated, and there's no way to know how I will be unless I try to go off of them and see how I am in my natural state and if I can function without medication. Now, I may do all right. I may not do all right. I may be stable for a while and have another episode, but if that happens, then I feel like it will just answer the question for me that, okay, I can't function without these meds, I need these meds, and I'll be more receptive to the idea of taking them for life, because, as I said, that's a really big thing to wrap your brain around, is this idea of taking medicine forever. And I was really reluctant to go along with that in the beginning, because it seems so big. It's like, for the rest of your life, that's a long time to take medicine. But, if you need it, you need it. And, that's all there is to it. So I feel that, I'm at a good place now to actually try to go off my meds, because I realized what some of my triggers were in the past, and, excuse me, a big one was school, because I was taxing my brain so much with all the research that I was doing, and I was constantly under a deadline, and so that was a big trigger for my manias in the past. And I'm no longer in school, so I don't have that stressor on me. And as far as like other big stresses in life, nothing is really going on in my life that's really big right now. I'm just staying home, taking care of my kids, dealing with the day-to-day occurrences and everything. And so I feel like I don't have these big stresses on me that would trigger me to have an episode. So I feel that right now is probably the best time for me to try before I try to go back to school, or any other big kinds of things going on in my life. And also everyone in my life has been supportive of me. My husband was a little reluctant at first, because his attitude was, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But he understands where I'm coming from, and he's supportive of me, and my parents are supportive of me, my friends are supportive of me. Everyone kind of is on board with me doing this and trying to go without meds, because, the way I look at it is, what's the worst thing that could happen? I have an episode and I need to go back on them. you know, it's not the end of the world if that happens. So that's just kinds of, you know, the things that I've been thinking and my thoughts for wanting to go off my meds. And, you know, I do kind of miss the hypomanic periods. I don't miss the manic periods, and of course I don't miss the depressions. But I do miss those times when I had more energy to do things and I was more actively pursuing things, whereas when you're on meds, you're just kind of on this baseline, you know, and like I don't go up or down at all. Like since I've been on Zyprexa, I've just been normal, exactly the same every day. So by cutting back on meds and then eventually going off meds, I might be able to have more of that acceptable variance in my moods without getting too extreme. So anyways, those are my reasons for going off meds. I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. Like I say, you need to put a lot of thought into it if it's something that you're considering doing, but I'm really excited to see how it's going to work out for me.